Hey everybody, it's This Is the Bronx TV. We're doing Facebook Live, and I am right here. I don't even know if you can see the street sign up there. We're at the corner of the Grand Concourse and East Marsh Loop Parkway South. But the reason I'm here is what's behind me. This is, I guess you'd call it a totem pole, but really what it is a community arts project that was put here by the Jerome Gunhill bid. And it's got all kinds of interesting sayings on it. Let's bring in Jennifer Tausig.
Hi.
Come here, let's stand with the thing behind us.
Okay.
Here's Jennifer. We can barely see ourselves, but we know you're here.
Yep.
So tell me, what is this? This is a community arts project, right?
Sure
What is this?
So we call it the Norwood Column, and it's reminiscent of an old European column that used to have information for the community about open apartments or community meetings. And so
And they didn't use the internet, we assume.
Pre-internet, yes, pre-AOL. And so we kind of flipped the concept on its head with the artist Jenny Hung, who's from Brooklyn. We don't fault her for that; she's fantastic.
I fault her.
And so we solicited input from the community about their thoughts and feelings about the neighborhood, about where their favorite places to eat and who they feel like are good leaders and where they like to go and spend their time. And actually the fonts on here are taken from...
Okay. It's going to be backwards when people see it, but okay, you could still tell me what it is.
Yeah, so the fonts are from stores and other landmarks in the neighborhood, and she actually created this font based on the letters in some of the local landmarks.
Wow, that's so it really is for this particular community.
Oh, yes.
Now what's it made of, and is this permanent? What's the status? I assume it's weatherproof, right?
It is weatherproof.
Because we're right out here on the Grand Concourse.
And it is 150 degrees, and it's holding up
So
perfectly.
it's holding up very well.
It'll be up for 11 months. We've solicited so many responses that we're actually going to change out the posters every three more times. So there will be people who put in their input who didn't make it onto this version. Will be able to potentially see their answers up later.
And why was this particular location selected? I remember on This Is the Bronx we had done a story and you told me that, but let's recount that it wasn't like, let's put it here. This was really deliberately selected.
Yeah, it was selected by DOT Art, the city agency, and I think it was just sort of this is a newish kind of slab with new traffic, right? So pedestrian, and there's bike lanes through here. And it was just sort of like, what can we do to kind of brighten up this area? And for us, we love it because the bid starts sort of right up here.
That's
a nice entryway to the bid.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were going to say, because it really is the beginning of kind of this section of the Bronx, if you will. So we could read a couple. So it says here, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it says there's a lot of Dominican people like me, Dominican power, and somebody else wrote, I hope for less gang violence. Yep. I mean, there's a lot of really cool things.
One of my favorites is up here.
All right, we're going to go around. And it goes all the way around. It's 360 degrees. I love this one. I couldn't stand Washington Heights. I love that.
I'm here because my love for a guy who is now the Mister.
Oh, so there you go.
Elicits some feelings, you
know? Yes. There's nothing wrong
with
love. We like love.
Yep, there's some history here about the word Moshaloot.
Where Moshaloot comes from. Smooth stones, which I actually knew. Mm-hmm. Gun Hill was a war zone, I guess it was. Yep, somebody wrote, I got a job here.
Yep, we played in the Variant House as kids, so it really elicits some of the local historical landmarks in the neighborhood.
I'm going to ask you really, let's stand here so we can get to our backs again. Why 11 months? I mean, we can't have this for a long time.
I know. So anything longer than 11 months has to go through the Public Design Commission. And that's a whole other thing.
I see. So, and then it will just go away.
Well, we're trying to think about what we can do with it. If there's, because my office is up at the Keeper's House, it's something we could put near there so that we can continue to keep it and maintain it. It's something that we're working on, but...
My final question, what did you learn from this that you're going to say, oh, good, so this was good, it worked out, we got a lot of submissions. What can you take from this to maybe another project?
Sure. I mean, for me, it's we were overwhelmed by the community input, and so it just feels like this community in particular has a real has skin in the game and really wants to be a part of everything that's happening in this community. So as we think about new events and new projects, we'll certainly ensure that we're including the community.
I'm not going to be prejudiced from one to the other, and I can appreciate that you like this community best because she is the executive director of the Jerome Gun Hill Bid. But I suspect that my traveling around the Bronx says that every Bronx community feels that way about their community, and you're just expressing it here. So anyway, I don't know what
This
else.
is for everyone to see.
For everyone to see.
Yeah.
Peace and prosperity when you come by the Grand Concourse and East Marsh Loop Parkway, you'll see it. And you turn around with me, you can read off my shirt. And why do we do this? Because this is the Bronx.